It isn't what you have or who you are or where you are or what you are doing that makes you happy or unhappy. It is what you think about it. The best possible way to prepare for tomorrow is to concentrate with all your intelligence, all your enthusiasm, on doing today's work superbly today. That is the only possible way you can prepare for the future. Most of the important things in the world have been accomplished by people who have kept on trying when there seemed to be no hope at all. Develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. You can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get other people interested in you. Success is getting what you want, happiness is wanting what you get. People rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they are doing. If you are not in the process of becoming the person you want to be, you are automatically engaged in becoming the person you don't want to be. Remember, today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday. Be wiser than other people if you can, but do not tell them so. Our thoughts make us what we are. One reason why birds and horses are not unhappy is because they are not trying to impress other birds and horses. To be interesting, be interested. One of the tragic things I know about human nature is that all of us tend to put off living. We are all dreaming of some magical rose garden over the horizon, instead of enjoying the roses that are blooming outside our windows today. Names are the sweetest and most important sound in any language. If you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. When fate hands you lemons, make lemonade. The expression one wears on one's face is far more important than the clothes one wears on one's back. If you believe in what you are doing, then let nothing hold you up in your work. Much of the best work in the world has been done against seeming impossibilities. Confusion is the main cause of worry. The person who gets the farthest is generally the one who is willing to do and dare. The sure-thing boat never gets far from shore. I judge people by their own principles, not by my own. Give honest and sincere appreciation. My mother always said 2 people can't fight if one person doesn't want to. Every day is a new life to a wise man. The world is full of people who are grabbing and self-seeking. So the rare individual who unselfishly tries to serve others has an enormous advantage. He has little competition. One of the worst features about worrying is that it destroys our ability to concentrate. When we are not engaged in thinking about some definite problem, we usually spend about 95% of our time thinking about ourselves. It has been said that nearly all of our worries and unhappiness come from our imagination and not from reality. Acceptance of what has happened is the first step to overcoming the consequences of any misfortune. All men have fears, but the brave put down their fears and go forward, sometimes to death, but always to victory. A man without a smiling face must not open a shop. The only way to get the best of an argument is to avoid it. Did you ever stop to think that a dog is the only animal that doesn't have to work for a living? A hen has to lay eggs, a cow has to give milk, and a canary has to sing. But a dog makes his living by giving you nothing but love. For every ailment under the sun, there is a remedy, or there is none. If there be one, try to find it, if there be none, never mind it. Are you bored with life? Then throw yourself into some work you believe in with all your heart, live for it, die for it, and you will find happiness that you had thought could never be yours. Do the hard jobs first. The easy jobs will take care of themselves. Our main business is not to see what lies dimly at a distance, but to do what lies clearly at hand. Destiny is not a matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. Those who do not know how to fight worry die young. When a study was made a few years ago on runaway wives, what do you think was discovered to be the main reason wives ran away? It was lack of appreciation. When dealing with people, remember you are not dealing with creatures of logic, but creatures of emotion. A person's toothache means more to that person than a famine in China which kills 1 million people. A boil on one's neck interests one more than 40 earthquakes in Africa. To change somebody's behavior, change the level of respect she receives by giving her a fine reputation to live up to. Act as though the trait you are trying to influence is already one of the person's outstanding characteristics. If you want enemies, excel your friends, but if you want friends, let your friends excel you. By becoming interested in the cause, we are less likely to dislike the effect. The ideas I stand for are not mine. I borrowed them from Socrates. I swiped them from Chesterfield. I stole them from Jesus. And I put them in a book. If you don't like their rules, whose would you use? People who smile tend to manage, teach and sell more effectively, and to raise happier children. The only reason, for example, that you are not a rattlesnake is that your mother and father weren't rattlesnakes. You deserve very little credit for being what you are. Remember that other people may be totally wrong. But they don't think so. Feeling sorry for yourself and your present condition is not only a waste of energy but the worst habit you could possibly have. People who can put themselves in the place of other people, who can understand the workings of their minds, need never worry about what the future has in store for them. You cannot teach a man anything, you can only help him to find it within himself. The words, think and thank, are inscribed in many of the Cromwellian churches of England. These words ought to be inscribed in our hearts, too, think and thank. Think of all we have to be grateful for, and thank God for all our boons and bounties. If you want to conquer fear, don't sit at home and think about it. Go out and get busy. Remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. The deepest principle in human nature is the craving to be appreciated. That is what every successful person loves, the game. The chance for self-expression. The chance to prove his or her worth, to excel, to win. Become meaningful in your interactions and the path to success in any endeavor is simpler and far more sustainable.